Are we gonna talk about it?
What to do with it ain't y'all? This girl such a craziness. I'm coming to you, and you with another word on the street segment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. So Miss Shaunie Anderson, formerly known as Shaunie O'Neal, she came out with a new book, a new memoir, basically discussing her life. Okay, her divorce with Shaq, her life now, her life with her kids and stuff like that. So in this new book, it kind of got like an uproar with some people because she had said she's not sure if she ever loved ex-husband Shaquille O'Neal. Well, the streets ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't gonna mess with no broke ninja. Shout out to Kanye West for that one. But yeah, so honey done moved on to a new marriage, to a new man. Speaking of him, he was, recently in some controversy himself where he was telling one of his choir members to hush, be quiet. You don't have to say a word, okay? While they was, giving praise and worship. And I'm like, oh Lord. So he had definitely come, get that straight. So him and Shaunie went on the Tamron Hall show and they discussed, what's going on in these streets. And really she was just saying, that she wasn't in love with Shaq himself, the man, but she was in love basically with, starting a family with him and stuff like that. And I'm like, ooh, child. So let's take a listen to what Miss Shaunie had to say about this on the Tamron Hall show.
Talk about your parents, and they were married 54 years prior to your dad's passing in March 2022. You wrote, growing up as a child, there was infidelity on your dad's part, and your mom could not forgive him for what he'd done, but stayed in the marriage.
Yes.
That leads you to a pattern which you write about in your own marriage, in your marriage to Shaq for 7 years. You wrote, I'm not proud of the fact that I spent so many years in denial. It shows how easy it is to slip into patterns and become comfortable with them, even when they're toxic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And no one writes this manual, right, of how to do life. I wish. And I own my space. I own my decisions. I own the fact that I was in complete denial and saw things right in front of me, but just like, I was protecting myself. I was protecting my kids. I had this family, right? I didn't want to be a failure. To me, losing my marriage was failing.
You wrote about that specifically. Yeah. You talked about, first of all, Leave It to Shaq. When your book was announced, he tweeted out, uh-oh, nah. And then he said, I'm playing, congrats. He said he was just playing. But you said about the marriage, you said, looking back, I don't know that I was ever really in love with the man. Made me want to cry.
Yeah.
But I was in love with the idea of being married to the man I had a family with. I was in love with the idea of building a life together.
Absolutely. I was in love with the partnership that I never got. I didn't experience partnership in a relationship until now. But Shaquille and I have a great relationship now.
Beautiful children.
And beautiful children. I would not change any part of my story, not one part of my story, no matter how depressed, how sad, how much at the bottom I felt. I would not change one part of it because I feel like my reward is now. Like I am, and I don't. I know this book is a memoir, but it's honestly a manual, Tamron.
I see it.
It is me encouraging. It is me uplifting.
You talk about finding financial independence. I mean, you talk about in the book, and to that point, I was like, how much should we talk about Shaq? Because your whole new husband is right there.
Right.
I played with it in my head too.
Right?
I played in my head too with it. But to your point, it's not about a rehashing. I'm telling you how I got to where I am, including this determination to be financially independent and have a legacy of your own because you looked up and there's this beautiful house, this beautiful man, but it all was somebody else's money.
It was all somebody else's.
And you said,
Yeah.
I've got to create my own, not just so I can buy my own, but so I can show my kids, my daughters, my sons.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to leave a legacy. And again, in my book, I talk about that because I want to leave a legacy for my children. I turned around and realized I don't have a career. I don't have my own money coming in from somewhere. I don't have. And it wasn't until reality hit me in my face that I was like, wait a minute. I've been financially dependent on another human being this entire time, and I have nothing to show for it.
Wow.
Nothing. And literally built Basketball Wives out of survival mode. You know, that's one thing people don't understand is that was a survival mode. I was like, there has to be a place that we as women can have a platform, have a voice, find a purpose.
Yeah.
And despite, you know, the audience finding, you know, it's entertainment, right? But at the same time, there are so many women that now have a platform to do business, that they've made money.
I love that.
You know,
I love that.
Now, Shaq has expressed regret over his infidelity during their marriage in the past, and Shaunie did defend him in the book. He was trying to be a world-famous 30-something millionaire, and with thousands of women throwing themselves at him, and people in general begging just to be in his presence while being a husband and a father simultaneously, she added, how could anyone possibly know how to do that? First of all, no, we ain't gonna be taking up for him like that. No, he knew what was going on. He should have been on that phone and be like, hey baby, temptation is at an all-time high right now. What you doing? Let me talk to you. Hey, can I fly you out somewhere? You know, but baby, it could have been something because he know what field he was in. He already knew what field he was in. And see, that's where you got to bring the Lord into the situation. You got to be grounded with him because, whoo, child, temptation is her MF, okay? Because that first time he cheated on you, he'll be like, I'm sorry, baby. You know, because men don't be thinking emotional. They just be thinking with their junior downstairs and how they can get it on off, okay? But we, on the other hand, you already know how we roll. But no, we ain't going to get him that. No. But in another portion of her book, she goes to say that the issues in their marriage weren't obvious early on, but they became harder and harder to ignore as the years went on. One of the issues she revealed was Shaq's tendency to go missing. Recalling one such incident when they moved to Los Angeles to Miami following his trade to the Heat in 2004. Our chef did all the grocery shopping. His managers paid all the bills. I took care of the kids, so where he was going in the morning, during the day, and at night. No one works out that often, she said. When we moved to Miami, I even heard a rumor that he had not pulling a damn Kurt. Remember Kurt and Rashida where he had his own little condo down here in the AT? Oh, Lord. Okay, I even heard a rumor that he had a condo in Miami Beach. I started to get suspicious. You should have been suspicious. But he always had an answer, and I could never prove anything. Yeah, he always had an answer because he know you was going to accept that answer and not say too much because you was getting taken care of financially. You have to worry for nothing. But then you had to come to the realization, no, I needs my own. I can't count on you because when things go left, you ass out. Eventually, I was forced to admit that my family life wasn't as blissful or perfect as I wanted it to be. That's what we got to stop doing, ladies. We got to find happiness within ourselves and not trying to look for it in a person or a companion or situationship or what you call it, friends with benefits. We got to look deep inside of ourselves. But you know, it takes time, takes learning lessons. Now your boy Shaq did respond to Shaunie had saying she don't know if she ever loved Shaq. Okay, she just loved the lifestyle. Let's just put it that way. He goes to say, I understand I wouldn't have been in love with me either. Wishing you all the best. All love, Shaq. And in the caption he wrote, trust me, I get it. But that's it for this video. Y'all definitely let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And I'll see you on the next one.